what a great joy. This is one of the events that I look forward to most each and every year, and I just have to say thank you. I walk in that door and the energy just about knocks me over, even at the end of 28 hours. First and foremost, thanks to this incredible committee, and Hannah and your leaders on this committee. What a great job, right? What a great job. Thank you, really. It's just amazing. And let's thank all the dancers. Thanks to you. That's what happened. And I know you met some of the foundation family. You met the Belfiors yesterday. Just an incredible family. I've actually walked in Africa with Danny and Ramona. They've come to see our programs in the countries, and people are always so amazed to learn how positively they are living with their HIV, which is a great symbol of hope for people around the world. I wanted also to just build on a story that Gloria told you. Gloria Rubin mentioned that she traveled with me last year to South Africa, and we went into a clinic that is working on prevention of mother-to-child transmission. And Gloria and I stood in a hallway. It was quite crowded, and it was filled with about 75 moms. And every one of those moms had their little babies with them. And this was the clinics where the moms came back with their babies to learn the status of their babies. And when I tell you the joy in that hallway, each and every time one of those babies tested negative, because all those moms are positive. And so we were able to really help them. So when Uma talks about those numbers, Uma mentioned that now 1,000 children a day are born HIV positive in the developing world. In the United States, that number is under 100. So fewer than 100 babies a year are born positive in the United States. So we've made great progress getting the number from 1,800 a day down to 1,000 a day, but our goal is the same results we have here, which is fewer than 100 a year. But when I stood here last year, that number was about 1,350 a day. It's now 1,000 a day, and you are making that difference. At this marathon, I will stand in that hallway again in South Africa in the very near future, and I will see double the number of moms. I'll see 150 moms a day because you danced. Because you danced, that number, when we're here next year, will be fewer than 1,000 a day. And for that, and on behalf of all those moms and all those babies, I say thank you. Now, this great tradition at Columbia, and I don't know if everyone realizes that you, with your funding, your fundraising today, have made the total raised at Columbia Dance Marathons almost $500,000. More than $500,000 is what you've raised. Please, a big round of applause. That's incredible. Now sometimes, and I'm heading off, actually I'll be in Tanzania. I leave on Tuesday to go to Tanzania. It's always such a great privilege for me. And I'm going to be seeing the First Lady of Tanzania while I'm there, Madam Kikwete. And I look forward to seeing Madam Kikwete again. She and her husband, the President of Tanzania, went on national television in Tanzania and got their HIV tests. And one of our greatest challenges here and around the world is that people don't know their status. And people are afraid to be tested. So can you imagine the impact when the President and First Lady of a country went on national TV to be tested and to learn their results? I learned about that out in a very rural part of the country when suddenly the lines at our clinics were doubling and tripling in length because people were coming to be tested. And that's called leadership. And that's where you come in, okay? Here in the United States, we certainly still have an AIDS problem. Knowing your status is critical. We also have major work to do with our new Obama administration in Washington in making sure that we continue to help the countries around the world to fight the epidemic of HIV and AIDS. And I'm going to close with a story that happened actually last summer, but President Bush signed into law the next version of the U.S. government's funding for HIV and AIDS, which is a 5-year bill. And the major co-sponsor of that bill was, at the time, Senator Joseph Biden. And so after the president signed the bill, I was in the White House. I had the great privilege of being there, and I met Senator Biden, now Vice President Biden. And I said, Senator, I really have to thank you on behalf of the foundation and all of the women and children around the world for your incredible support for this bill. And he leaned over to me, and he kissed me, and he said, you are doing the good work. Keep up the good work. So we need to make sure that Vice President Biden and President Obama know how important it is to continue this work. And you can help us with that through our e-advocacy work. So please, thank you again for everything you do. You help us here for 28 hours dancing. You help us by raising funds, but you help us by just being connected and continuing to keep the cause of HIV and AIDS in front of people's minds. We can make a difference. We are going to create a generation free of HIV. Believe me, it's possible. We are going to make it happen, and you're going to be in the forefront of that leadership. So thank you very much.